Hey Gemini, welcome to Glow in the Dark Tarot. This is going to be part 2 of your October reading. So Gemini, I had to break your October reading for 2019 into 3 different parts. I have tried to record this part 2 for you about like 3 or 4 times. And so I'm gonna try again because I really want you guys to have the second part, okay? But this is your part 2 of Love on the Brain for October 2019. All right, so let's see if I can do this. Hopefully I can do it this time. It was just all this stuff was happening with like me having to make space and storage and YouTube acting up, and it gets frustrating, but at some point you just say, you know what, fine, fuck it, I'm not going to fight it. Maybe there's a reason why the reading doesn't need to come out right now. Okay, so Gemini, like I was talking about in the other 2 parts of Love on the Brain, again, I think that there is some part of us that is extremely different. We are very different at this point, right? There are some things that we have been let go. There are some things that we have been dropped, that we have been moved on from. But for some fucking reason, sorry for the cursing, but for some fucking reason, back in October, these things are coming back up. And I think some of this has to do with love. I think some of this has to do with toxic things that we let go of, whether it had to do with jobs or money or family. But some of the things are coming back up. And Gemini, I don't feel like in October that we're going to be in our feelings necessarily. But I do think that there are going to be some things that wants to pull us backwards, that wants to pull us back into our feelings, that wants to make us reconsider some things that we have already made up our mind on. And it's almost comical. It's almost like something or someone from the past or something is going to be poking fun at the decisions that we have made up until this point. And like I was saying in the other videos, at this point, Gemini, I think that we have gracefully moved on as much as we could. We have gracefully and quietly moved away. We have really been trying to not go there with some things and some people, but it's almost like people want to do that last thing, that last little bit of a tester to see if we're really playing. And at this point, Gemini, I think that we're, like I said in the other videos, I don't think it's that we're looking for a fight or that we're looking to say all the things that we could have said a long time ago or do all the things that we could have done a long time ago. I don't think it's that we're looking for a reason to cut someone or something down. But at this point, it's like you're really playing with me. Remember in the other videos when I was saying how like we've moved so far away from the toxic shit and from the bullshit that like at this point drama and bullshit and toxicity has to come and find us, like it has to really make an effort. Well, I think that is really hitting home for a lot of those things and a lot of those people and those exes and those old relationships. Is really hitting home that we're gone. It's really hitting fucking home that we're gone. And all the immaturity that we are just have decided not to deal with and not to put up with anymore, that's coming back. Because that immaturity doesn't know how to deal with the fact that we're gone. And that immaturity wants to test how serious we are. And like I said in the other video, I think that this month for October, we are going to have to reestablish boundaries that we created for ourselves, with ourselves, for other people, and with other people. So the first few cards in your spread is the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, next to the Devil. So there was something in the past, possibly with an earth energy, that you decided that you were not going to work on anymore. You were not going to put in any effort towards anymore. It was toxic, okay? It was toxic. And whether or not that has to do with love or anything else, it wasn't for you, and it wasn't good for you, and it wasn't making you happy. Now you have the Ace of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse, clarifying the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Sun card in the reverse, clarifying the Devil. So this situation in the past did not make us very happy, and for some reason this is coming up in October, and we are being reminded of how unhappy we were in this situation. We're being reminded of how this thing that we worked on in the past did not give us this Ace of Cups, did not want to give this to us, or we don't want to give to it anymore at all. At all. I mean, it's so funny because I feel like whatever this past situation was, we were so ready to give it the Ace of Cups at the time. But now, after everything, like I said, at this point, that's going to be the moniker for all of these videos. At this point, no. No. And this King of Swords, who is, I'm thinking the same as this Knight of Pentacles, both in the reverse. This King of Swords is something that is very slow moving. It's something that is not worth our time, or something that we just don't want to give to anymore. We don't want to entertain this anymore. Now, this Knight of Pentacles has this veneer of this King of Swords. This is very nasty, very mean, very shady, very unstable energy. And whether that's a person or not, that's what we see. And at the end of it all, we see it for what it is, and maybe for what it still is. If this is a situation or a person that has not changed, it is still very fucking toxic. And it's still something that reminds us of the unhappiness that we were in, and just, it threatens the happiness that we have now. No, I'm not going to be happy with this. No. No. I remember, and I still feel. And no. It's like, I'm sorry, but I can't fake it, and I won't fake it. Now, in October, we are in our element. Like I said, we are lovely. We are Geminis. We are in our element. Love is in the air. I think we do want love if we have not found new love already. But I think that the offers that we are around, the things that we see them for what they are. And I think that leaves us feeling very isolated in some ways. Because we're still playing this game of patience, right? We're still playing this game of, nope, that's not right. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that shoe doesn't fit. No, this just isn't right. That's not what I want. And whether or not this Ace of Pentacles is coming from a past energy, or it's coming from an energy that reminds you of the past, no. Now you have the Ace of Wands clarifying the Lovers. Seven of Wands clarifying the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Swords clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So I think that, Gemini, we are surrounded by love. We are surrounded by opportunity, even if it's from a toxic thing that wants to come back around. The opportunity is there. But I think that we also know that opportunity is very fleeting. Opportunity is very superficial. Opportunity is very carnal. We are looking for an Ace of Swords type of love, not an Ace of Wands type of love. I do feel like, Gemini, that you are very attractive this month. I do feel like that there are people who want to give you the wand. And Gemini, look, we love the wand, or the other equivalent of the wand. We love it. The wand is nice. But I think that we are aware that there is more to love, there is more to life, there is more to us than the wand. And the wand doesn't impress us much. You know, when I originally did this video, I said, you know, I had that Shania Twain song from way back in the day stuck in my head. That don't impress me much. Oh, oh, oh. So you got the looks, but have you got the touch? You know, it's like, so what? You got a big wand. that don't impress me much. And maybe, you know, we're stupid from walking away from a big nice wand, you know, but I think that we have grown to such a point, and we have matured to such a point where we are very protective of ourselves, and we are very protective against these offers, and we are very protective of things that want to come in. These upside down opportunities, these upside down offers, these upside down superficial, low vibrational, hey baby, let me give you the wand, hey baby, let's try this one more time. No. No. And I don't mean to make this a love reading, but it seems like that's part of what it is. And Gemini, one thing I said when I originally shot this video was, I feel like this is us, and we're just here, and we're just chilling, and we're ready to live in all the full glory of being in our element, and being in our element within the sun energy. But then there's just all this shit. All this shit that's just here. And it's like, why the fuck is it here? I've already dealt with this. I already made up my mind on this. Why is this stuff coming up again? Why is this stuff still coming up again? Why is this stuff coming back? Gemini, I have a question. Are you tired of hearing tarot readers talk to you, and they're talking about, let's see how the other person feels? What is the other person doing? How do they see you? Yeah, it's great to see how people who, you know, have fucked us over see us. Okay. But I feel like Geminis, we've already made up our fucking mind. We don't care about the other person. Let them eat our dust. Yes, we want to hear that, but let them miss us. Let them regret how they treated us. Let them think that, you know, or feel that they missed something with something great, because they did. But why do I have to hear about their feelings? Gemini is not doing anything for anyone but for Gemini. And this situation in the past left you very heartbroken. And it did leave you feeling somewhat isolated. And I think the pain, to some extent, is still there. And I think the fact that none of this shit wants to go away, even though we have already done away with it, is bringing some of that stuff back. Now, this could also represent the fact that you're not talking to someone, or someone is not talking to you, and the heartbreak that it brings them. Hence why maybe some of this shit is coming back. But either way, Gemini, I think that we have made up our mind. We've dropped it. We've dropped it. We're not working on this anymore. We've dropped it. I don't need to say any more about that. We're done with this shit. We've been done with this shit. Why is this our October reading? Why? We're not interested. No. No. It's dead. It's dead. Like, leave me alone. No. You know, that's just how we feel, Geminis. We're not giving or being generous to anything that takes from us, whether it be from the past or anything moving forward. No. No. This is my fuckery card. Say hello, fuckery. We've seen this card enough, right? We're not giving to this bullshit anymore. I don't even think at this point, there it is again, at this point, I don't even think at this point we could if we wanted to. We could if we tried. We're just too different. And like I said, Geminis, I don't think that we really want to, I think we really just want to avoid conflict. We really want to avoid telling that person or that thing or that job, that ex-toxic shit to fuck off and go fuck yourself, and telling them really about themselves. But it's like, damn, do I have to do that? Here I am moving on victoriously, shining, blowing up, and then you looking at me, and you looking at me thinking that you want to come in and send me some type of spirited little message. What? Get out of here. We are in that Queen of Swords mode. We are very rational. We are very logical. We are very in tune with ourselves. We are very sturdy right now. And we are only looking towards this Empress energy. We are only looking towards being the Empress. We are only looking towards creating, to manifesting, to birthing this new life, to nurturing ourselves in our new life. That is what we're looking towards. And like I said, it's like all this shit is here, and it's like, but no, like, no. Okay, let me just move through all this shit, and then, nah, I don't want your wand. Your wand is stupid, and it won't bring me anything like solid and real, and it's just superficial, and you feel like that's all you really have to offer is your fucking wand. And there's something that we're not holding on to too. We're not waiting out for all the details. We're not waiting out for all the answers. We're not waiting out for, us to figure out everything. We're not holding on to having to know everything. We are moving down our path and following our intuition, because I really think at this point, we don't give a fuck anymore. We just want to move on and be happy. I don't have to know all the answers. I know as a Gemini, I feel like I always have to know everything about the past, about now, about the future. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm not holding on to that anymore. I'm just going to move down my little path and keep going. And why do I sound so hostile, Gemini? It's because this shit is stupid. Why is this in our reading for October? Why is this in our reading for October? Because we finally getting back up on our bullshit. We finally getting back up on our grind. We're finally just getting back in our groove. And then it's like, this shit's back. Why? And either we're doing this to ourselves, or either there are other things or people who are doing this to us. But why the hell is this shit back? This Knight of Wands energy that doesn't match up with this Queen of Wands, this Knight of Wands that wants to come in, this shit that's not on our level. We're not even looking at it. But it sees us. Everyone sees us. Everyone wants to be us. Be with us. And when they can't, then that's why they hate us. And like I said, Gemini, I don't want you to cage yourself in. Don't let all this shit distract you. And don't let yourself distract yourself. Don't let your fear of moving on and further into this greatness, this abyss of greatness, don't let your fear of just really getting out to the point of no return. It's almost like we set sail into moving forward, and set sail into moving past the bullshit, past the toxicity, and now we're about to really get to that point where we can't see the shore anymore. We can't see the lighthouse anymore, and it's kind of fucking scary. But I don't want us to let that distract us, and to let that allow us to not continue to move forward. I think we will continue to move forward, but just don't let it be so painful. This is a good thing, Gemini, okay? Now, King of Cups. I think this might be someone who's watching you, Gemini. I think this might be someone who is... It's funny how this King of Cups, and I lay it right here, is kind of overlooking this whole entire fucking spread. I think this might be someone watching you. I think this might be someone who's very nasty. I think this might be someone who is somewhat manipulative. I think this might be someone who thinks that they have some type of control over you. Some type of possession or say or entitlement over you. This could be someone looking at you now. This could be someone from the past. But I think that This is someone who, although they are sitting on a throne, they also come off extremely smug, arrogant, and entitled. And they have this energy as almost like they are willing to do anything to win or make themselves feel like they are winning at the expense of you. But I don't think you need to worry, because with all that fucked up thinking comes a lot of baggage that is not our problem. And because it is not our problem, it is not our karma. Because it is not our karma, we do not have to deal or worry about it. So Gemini, let's look at your animal oracle cards. The first one you have is Lost Spirit. Sometimes life stings. The only thing I can say for that is, Gemini, is that shit happens. And sometimes life does sting. And I think that whatever October has to bring, there is a comforting notion in that oracle card. And I think that we will be able to get through it. I think a lot of what we are going to have to do is a lot of what we have been doing up until this point. Well, Spirit, trust the great mystery. Don't ask too many questions this month, Gemini. Don't try to figure everything out. Relax. Chill. Don't try to figure everything out. Trust that you're doing what you should be doing. You have been doing what you should be doing, and that everything will be okay. Trust that the people who are talking shit about you, and that person or that group or that ex-job that tried to do that smear campaign on you, trust that it's going to work in your favor. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything that everyone's saying about you. You don't have to know what will happen. You don't have to know why things happen. Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Isn't it funny how, like, last year, like, really sucked, and, like, we went through, like, a lot of bullshit and a lot of toxic shit, but then, like, somehow or another things just worked out for our better, and we got to, like, a safe place, and we worked really hard to get there. And even though, like, we had to put in the work, like, shit just, like, worked out. And, like, you know, like, we actually, like, didn't have, like, unfortunate circumstances where we had to continue to deal with the toxic bullshit. Yeah, Spirit has a plan. Nothing has happened for no reason so far. So just trust that. And that goes along with trusting the great mystery. Koi Fish Spirit, there's always enough. So you have everything that you need, Gemini, even if it doesn't seem like you have enough. Inside yourself and outside of yourself, there is always enough. There's always enough love. There's always enough abundance. There's always enough money. There's always enough friends. There's always enough soulmates. Don't worry, Gemini. And after that, you have Flamingo Spirit. Time for a deep dive. So continue to look at yourself. Continue to dive deep within yourself, Gemini. Continue to grow. Continue to grow spiritually. Gemini, I think part of this Eight of Swords energy too is the fact that I feel like we get comfortable, or we start to get a little bit antsy when we feel like we're about to bust something wide open, or when we feel like we're really about to reach a pinnacle. Gemini, keep freaking going. Like, bust that wide open. Go as high as you possibly can, and then higher. Don't, like, go really, really high and be like, oh shit, I can't see the ground anymore. No, let's not do that to ourselves, okay? So Gemini, that was part 2 of Love on the Brain, your October 2019 reading. I will probably be doing a bonus for you guys because I love Geminis, because I'm a Gemini, and because I usually get a lot of views from you guys. Sorry if that was really fast. I'm really trying to beat my camera dying, and I'm really hoping that this uploads. But thank you again for tuning in to Glow in the Dark Tarot. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I really love hearing from you guys. I really love reading for you guys. So I'm going to upload this now so that my camera doesn't die. I love you, Gemini. Take it easy. You got this. Bye.